Recording in progress.
Watercooler. 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 I'm back, baby. What up, Joya? Mouth licks. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Watercooler. And we appreciate you. We back, baby. All five of us. And I just want to take this time to apologize for me not being there last week and delivering those mouth licks. So I went extra hard in the paint with these ones, and I hope you appreciated them. You know how the show goes. I, Chris Locks, I'm on to kick it with my cruel digital buds of yesteryear, Philly style. With me today, all the way in Orange County, California, it's Mr. Gary Smith.
What's up, partner?
Oh, that was nice.
A little hybrid. I don't need to go full howdy, every time.
No, you change it up, but it still has that stank.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I like. We like a little stank here on the water cooler. And also on this very program, all the way from Nohoka, well, not from, but he's in there. It's Mr. Mike Dawson.
Yacht. Or as the kids say, girl, yo ass is thick.
How many C's in thick?
At least 3 C's. Yeah.
Matt knew as well. Then waving the three fingers because he knew just based off of Dawson's gat. It's Mr. Matt Fondelier in Austin, Texas.
Hey, brother.
Hey. And then in Long Beach, California, like myself, it is Kalen Bean.
What's going on?
Hey, Kalen.
Hi, Chris.
What's going on?
Not much. Just hanging out.
Not much. Just hanging out. What's the latest, man?
Just chilling.
You just chilling.
Yeah,
just
I went for another bike ride today. I didn't run into the old man. I didn't get another chance to tell him to fuck off. So I was kind of hoping I would see him though.
I thought I saw a guy just circling on sidewalks, just looking around,
Waiting.
baiting. Yeah, trying to bait.
I need to let off a little steam. I couldn't find him. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm glad you had a nice little bike ride. Your tires are nice and inflated.
Caleb,
I need to get them
You're going flat tires.
Actually, they're not flat, but they're definitely not 100%.
Caitlin, I remember when you were looking for a new hobby. I think telling old people to fuck off might be a new hobby for you.
That sounds a little mean to just go at it at random.
Well, maybe just that guy.
I don't want to kill him. Yeah, just that guy. Again, I'm looking for him. Can't find him.
I don't know, Kalen. Maybe make yourself a T-shirt for when you ride your bike that just says "Come at me, Boomer."
Ooh.
I need to put his glasses on first. That's a process.
When's the last time you guys rode a bike? It's been a minute.
I mean, it was probably the e-bike at the Corolla Studios.
No, not e-bike. I want analog.
Shit, I don't know. I mean, 15 years?
Yeah,
Like 15 years ago or like 15 years old?
No, 15 years ago. I used to ride beach cruisers and stuff down to the beach when I would still be around my parents' house with a reasonable frequency. But my son has a bike and he certainly rides the shit out of that, but I don't own a bike.
I will tell you guys, if the expression "you never forget how to ride a bike" could be tested, I think I would be fucking candidate A1 for that. I don't mean the sauce, Gary. I have not ridden a bike since I was probably 11 years old, if it was even double digits. I feel like I went on bikes a couple times as a kid, but I definitely liked rollerblading way more. And there was never a need to be on a bike ever again from elementary school onward. So I truthfully do not know. I really don't know.
Hold on. That begs the question. When was the last time you strapped on a pair of rollerblades?
I mean, that I would probably put a little closer to late teens, early 20s, maybe. Feel like
I thought he was gonna say Thursday.
I was hoping myself.
No, I didn't bring the blades out to Texas.
I'm surprised.
I have a hell of a neighborhood.
Yeah, because on a bike you could ride away from those bullies a lot faster. But,
there was always everybody's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go ride the bikes. We're gonna go down to the creek," and I'll be like, "Okay, well, I'll be on the street parallel, and then I could like take my blades off and walk down on my socks. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do."
I love Matt just walking down to the creek with his blades tied together by their laces, draped over his shoulder. Like, hey guys.
Yeah.
Matt, were you raised in the 1950s? You guys would go hang at the creek? What the fuck are you talking about?
Fuck yeah, dude.
In the East Bay area, growing up between Concord, Pleasant Hill, Martinez, Walnut Creek, we have the canal trails. And when we were kids, it's basically just a bike trail next to the canal that, you know, feeds all the water to the Bay Area or whatever. And these trails go cities and cities away. And we'd be 13, 12 years old, just jump on our bikes and go out all day. And the canal trails were just racetracks. And we just go as fast as we could. And they don't have that shit anymore. I was actually just up there, and when I saw the trails and had like a fucking flashback, we used to drink Jolt Cola. You guys remember that?
I do.
That's like an energy drink / soda, right?
It was the first. Yeah, it's a triple caffeinated Coke.
Yeah. A little something for the
There you go.
regular weekly listen.
Beautiful.
We were all thinking it.
Now, as far as okay, there are a few things. First off, creeks sound like the grossest body of water of all bodies of water, right? I mean, you have the ocean, you have a lake,
Well, I don't
you
know,
have
marsh.
a pond, a swamp. I guess a swamp and a marsh.
Bog.
Yeah, swamp is a bog. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Chris. Creeks.
A Ness?
Fresh water.
I don't want any part of a Ness. You know?
Creeks
What's
sound
a
like
Ness?
they have those things that
Where
you
the
know.
Loch Ness monster lives. It's like what fucking your people call a lake.
Oh.
Wait,
that's what I thought.
You
a
think Loch Ness is because it's a Ness? Bro, it's a lock.
Oh,
It's a lake.
Whatever. Still, I stand by my assertion.
The Loch Ness monster. Where does it
Confirm,
live?
Gary.
In the Ness.
The Ness.
Stay strong. Stay strong. If I've taught you anything, now is the time.
You know, fuck.
Well, anyway,
Inventing words for lake.
there are a lot of
I always thought it was
swimming
because
in
of the
Ness
accent.
once.
Yeah, I thought it was. It's a Scottish thing, right? But anyway, going to a creek, it sounds like they have those. They have.
You, Matt. Play some more audio with a big black screen for the audience.
Well, Matt, on the last podcast, you were talking a lot about how you appreciate synchronicity.
Yes.
And in the song Synchronicity Part 2 from the
Police.
titled album The Police, Synchronicity, there is the line, in a dark Scottish loch, you know, somewhere in the distance, there's a something from the something of a dark Scottish loch. So there you go. There's your synchronicity coming
Perfect.
around.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love how things work out.
It's a
like that.
synchronicity.
It's all 8-bit. Yeah.
Thank
Come
you,
on,
Matt.
Gary. That was good. Come on. It was worth it for that.
That was a trivial pursuit, Matt.
Did you hit your quota already, Matt? I mean, right out of the gate. You gotta give us some
What's up
time
with the
here.
Trivial Pursuit? You still have it? Have you played it? Have
have
you
not played it.
replaced something?
Yeah, have you put games back into the place you stole the game
People,
from?
this is a Patreon content. This is Patreon content.
Yeah, so let's explain.
Dude,
that.
okay.
I'll tell you
That
what,
one's-
man. You should take a slow drive by because I bet they have your mugshot posted on this sharing library.
Yeah. Matt, for those who don't know, Matt went to one of those take a book, leave a book places, but this one had a big, large game of the 20th anniversary of Trivial Pursuit,
Factory sealed.
factory sealed, and Matt grabbed it and left them nothing.
He didn't leave.
And then he proclaimed, "Hey, but I got games at home. I'm gonna donate." So Matt,
Matt.
it's been a week.
Yeah.
What
Go ahead.
games did you donate?
Well, here's what I thought about. I thought about the word library. And then I thought, when's the last time that you brought your own thing to a library? That's not part of the deal with the library. I understand I may need to return this game at some point,
No,
but
no.
I would never bring my own book to a library unless I was donating it to never expect it to be seen from again. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
Matt. So this led into the story of how you decided that you were going to roll coins as a way of making money, which we established is a very smart financial decision. So this begs the question, if this is your attitude towards libraries, are you rolling pennies from the take a penny, leave a penny tray at the stores that you go to? Are you just strictly taking pennies from the take a penny, leave a
Great
penny
call.
tray?
Great call, Gary.
Those
Go fuck yourself. That's my answer.
That sounds like a yes to me.
Well, Matt, I mean, it's been a week. Maybe you're still figuring out which game to donate.
Yeah, I'm still looking them over, you know.
Please keep us up.
You already announced last week that you have 2 terrible games that you are looking to donate. So, like, what's the holdup here?
You know, I just forgot. That's really there's no better answer than that.
Well, I have
Like
feeling,
riding a bike, just forgot.
and I have a feeling you
Just
will
give him
never
Clue
remember.
and get on with it.
What's that, Chris?
I have a feeling you will never remember.
No, he won't.
After this point either. But anyway, speaking of riding a bike, the last bike I rode, I actually have my bike, and I haven't rode it in, I don't know, a decade, but I don't want to get rid of it on the off chance that I'll get back into riding bikes. And it's taking
It's good. You should try it.
It's
It's
taking up a
fun.
lot of space. But the thing about my bike is, so I had a really nice bike before this one, and about 15 years ago, and it was called a hybrid bike. And it was like half road bike, half mountain bike, and it was really expensive. My brother actually gave it to me because he got over riding a bike, and he just like, here, take it, because I don't want to deal with selling it and whatever. So I took it, and I loved it. But then
Did you used to ride that to the studio every now and then?
I did, yeah, I did. And then
I feel like I saw that bike. It was nice.
it was nice, but then, Adam, I don't know, the show is sponsored by a bike company, not an e-bike company, but like a regular bike company or something. But Adam was gifted this like pretty hip bike that was just a road bike, and I've never had just a road bike, and he gave it to his assistant Rob, and I basically traded it with Rob, and the reason I traded it was because it's called a fixed gear bike. It's a fixie, as the hipsters say, and
Yeah, big in the hipster community. The fixed gears.
fixed-
Oh yeah.
Do you know the
Hipsters
fixed gear
love
bike,
the fixed-
Matt?
What's the difference? What
It
is it?
doesn't. You can't change the gears.
The
on it.
gears
It's
don't
just
work.
one.
They
Well-
need to be fixed.
So it's like a
Right.
beach cruiser,
No,
but it's a
no.
Beach cruisers don't have gears.
So this
It looks more like
Exactly.
a racing. It
This is
looks
what-
more like a
if you're-
racing bike, and it has like the handles. If you're a real hipster, you'd go.
Then what do
handles-
you?
handles
I don't
over the top.
understand if it's a fixed gear.
it is.
You
the
can't
wheels,
shift gears. That's the same
shift
thing with a
gears.
beach cruiser.
but it's not because
But it's not a beach cruiser.
You can't.
Well, no, I understand that.
Oh.
So it's got the same gearage as a beach cruiser. It's just one crank
Yeah,
and a
It's
chain.
one crank, but
Okay.
it
See,
doesn't-
this is why I became a rollerblader. This is so complicated. Just 4 wheels in the line, baby. That's all I need.
that's right. Yeah, just four wheels in a line and
Gears and models and handlebars.
yeah, I'm sure you
Jesus
have
Christ.
a lot of models. And then
It's funny. I've told this story before, but when me and all my friends were trying to be skateboarders, and we'd all skateboard, and we were fucking horrible. There was one friend in the group who was a rollerblader, and he was really fucking good. But no matter how good he was, we were all like, "Dude, you suck. You suck, dude." You'd be doing tricks at the
love it.
skate park, like crazy tricks, and be like, "Dude, you're gay." That sucks.
It was a different time, folks.
Yeah.
Anyway, the fixed gear bike Dawson that's different from the beach cruiser is also you can't glide. The wheel cranks with the pedals. You can't. Yeah. So if you ride backwards, your wheel will go backwards. So
Yeah.
if you're going a long distance, you're pedaling the entire time and you're just powering
Right.
it the entire time. And so like there are these things you could do where if you just want to stay if you just want to stay still flat on the bike, you just go kind of forward and back just a little bit, just to kind of just keep your balance while you're like at a red light or something.
Oh, so it's almost like a trick bike, like you'd see in freestyle competitions.
You don't
Yeah,
really-
it is. It is that kind of bike. I've
Well,
seen.
You've seen it.
again,
You're
with
right,
the
Dawson.
kind of gears, yeah.
Yeah.
A BMX bike does that.
Yeah. Anyway, so much more difficult to ride, and I don't understand the appeal. But when I tried to ask Rob if I could get that bike, my old bike, back, it was stolen in a day. He like left it out somewhere in front of his house, and it was already gone. So I never saw it again. And I now have a fixed gear bike with flat tires hanging in my shed right now. One day I'm gonna get it back out there.
I would like to encourage both Chris and Kaylin, as fathers of young children, to invest in a cheap air compressor, because for 20 or 30 bucks, that's a great investment. You
Oh,
can
I have-
fill your.
I have
have one?
stuff. I have an air compressor and I have air pumps because I have balls, basketballs, footballs,
Yeah,
soccer
you do.
balls. I should clear that up. And yeah, so I use them to inflate. There are things I need to inflate, and air mattress.
Kaylin,
and
do you have one?
I do not.
You should get one.
That's
They're-
a good call.
20 or 30 bucks, and they're endlessly useful. You can inflate your car tires if they get low. You can inflate all your kids' like fucking inflatable stuff. It's a great purchase.
That is a great purchase. And I should say, Chris, make sure you hang on to that bike because the one that I was just riding today is the same bike I got when I was like 12. I've literally carried it around with me from place to place since I was like 12, changing the tires out, and it still works great. It's like it was originally a mountain bike, but now it has like road tires on
That
it.
explains the little frillies hanging off your handlebars
Mm.
when I saw you riding on the sidewalk earlier today. All right. Well, look, there is a story that I don't know if Matt ever told on this show, but maybe this one will remind him of it. So you guys know the story about Jenny being terrified of spiders. Like if she sees a spider.
Like Arrowhead.
You trying to brokerage a deal?
Right. Well, anyway, it's still, if there's a spider, any sort of bug, it's my responsibility. Well, I was
Those are
working
the
on.
rules.
Oh yeah, I was working
Yeah.
on one of my side door the other day, replacing the hinge on the door, and in order to do that, I had to put something under the door and kind of because I had to use wood glue. There's a lot going on, but I had to leave the door open, my side door open for a long amount of time. And I was working next to the door, and in the corner of my eye, I see like a little figure run into the house, and I thought, did a cat just run into my house? And I look, and I'm now walking around. That's like I'm just alone at this point. I'm like, no, I guess no cat, nothing. I would have seen it. Maybe it was just like some shadow in the corner of my eye. All right, well, back to regular life. Never to think about this or worry about this again. The next day, I go to work, and Jen is at home with our kid, and she texts me a picture of this very large lizard in our house. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get rid of a lizard.
How large?
I say large to Jenny, but I would say probably
Size of a dollar bill?
yeah, maybe
Okay.
maybe a little, maybe even a little bigger, but yeah, about a dollar bill. It's a health. Usually when we see lizards, for those who don't know, because I know we got a lot of
Size of a
listeners.
$5 bill.
Look, first off,
It might be the size of 100, Dawson.
Let me put a little disclaimer here. When I used to talk about our city skunks, I know there are a lot of people here who live out by like swamps and creeks and nesses that deal
yeah,
with a
that's
lot
right.
of
Bring it back.
a lot of larger creatures.
Yeah, that's right. We have
like
nest-dwelling
large. I mean,
creatures.
a nest probably has the largest of them all.
I would think so.
But this is large for like a Southern California boy. This is a large lizard, and I don't deal with lizards a lot. And lizards usually, the second you see them, they just scatter. They just scatter. They get out of here. They scram. And so this lizard is just frozen, just head sticking out from under the fridge. It's quite large, and it's not my problem because I'm at work. But I don't-
Not on the list.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like spiders, fine, but lizards, no.
Well, so how does Jenny feel about lizards, though? Did she pack Benny up and head for your mom's house, or her mom's house, or I mean, what's the protocol?
Well, we have our good friends live five doors down. They bought a house on the same street, so they came over, and he works in film, so he brought like you know what a bounce is? Matt knows what a bounce is.
So he took pictures of it.
Yeah, I took photos of it. Brought some little lizard clothes.
Made a movie.
The shoes were the cutest part. They're so small. Made a movie, but yeah, basically just kind of, and then did this, kind of just scooted the lizard into an open box that they had laying down in the middle of the kitchen, and then just were able to get rid of it. And it was nice. But the reason I bring this up is because this is not
Wait, did
long.
you kill the lizard, or did you just release it back into the wild?
Release it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You said get rid of it, and that sounded pretty ominous.
Oh, it did. Yeah. No, we took care of the lizard.
Good.
Oh, that sounds even more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It sleeps in the nest now.
Sleeps in the nest. Sounds pretty good, actually. Like Davy Jones' locker. Anyway, so this is funny because this was not long after I saw a tweet from Matt where he
how long did you compose this one for, Matt?
It was a good one. It may have been one of my favorite ones as of late.
Wow. Awesome.
But what was your story that you had, Matt?
Sure. And again, I think we should also I'm going to preface my story the same way that Chris did, which is to say, I'm still relatively new to Texas. All right. I'm still from LA. I posted this and so many people were like, yeah, welcome to fucking Texas, you little bitch. Like, okay. But this was traumatizing. It starts the story begins a couple weeks ago when my wife went into our enclosed patio area to go outside, and she screamed. And there was a very tiny but still quite intimidating snake, a little green snake that had kind of woven itself into the lattice of our enclosed patio area. All right, so that happened, and we kind of let it go.
How often do you see snakes?
I would say I've been here for about 3 years now, and this is probably my third or fourth encounter with a snake.
On your property?
Yeah, on the property. Like a little too close for comfort.
That's 3 or 4 too many.
So
like
a couple weeks ago, and again, the first time we saw a snake was like a little tiny green snake. It's just like a little garden snake. It doesn't really mean any harm or anything. But a couple weeks ago, I went outside.
I don't know if it means any harm. What are you, fucking snake whisperer over here? Calm down, Harry
And
Potter.
Voldemort.
Well, it's not venomous, at least.
So it's funny you say that, Dawson, because about a week ago or however long ago, whenever I sent this tweet out, I went outside and I saw a coral snake. Red touches yellow. You're a dead fellow.
You're a dead fellow.
Oh, well, kill the punchline. God damn it, Chris.
I didn't put
That
it.
was
That's
me.
not me, dude.
That was
Gary.
me. You said
I
however
didn't-
long ago. I was showing you the date. Punchline.
No, but the listeners can't see.
All right,
see.
good.
Fucking Twitter.
Good thing no one knows our YouTube channel address. So.
Punchline.
It's a mystery.
All right, so I see a
Tweeted
coral
this-
snake.
You tweeted this 25 days ago. Kill the punchline? Fuck off.
We don't know what to do about this coral snake other than to just let it
Stay
go
away
through
from
it.
it.
Just stay away from it.
Yeah.
Just
What
let
are you
it
gonna
go.
poke it with a stick?
Keep the
Come
dog
on, dude.
inside,
Yeah.
you know? So
Take it.
now we got, take it to the nest. So we got our dog inside, and a few minutes goes by, and my wife says, why don't you go outside and check to see if it's still out there?
And you said,
I-
why don't you go outside, bitch?
I went outside and I absolutely saw it. It was in a different part of our yard. And I called her out because she's more interested in the stuff than I am. And I said, look, I think it's molting right now. And then we looked a little bit closer, and the coral snake was not molting. The coral snake was eating the little green snake. A snake was eating another snake, dude. It was so disgusting. And I have not been in the backyard since.
This is like a Damashek story. Like, you understand it was a tow truck towing a tow truck.
Dude, it was absolutely one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. Just like understanding this is only going one direction, you know? It's only going to eat more of the snake. And you could tell that the coral snake was not happy that we were just staring at it because it couldn't move. It was in the middle of eating. I'm giving myself the creeps. I can't even talk about this anymore.
The way snakes.
Did
eat-
you get any video?
We got a picture. We did get a
Okay.
picture.
Let's
But
see
I'm-
it.
You didn't tweet it.
It's gross.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, I'm just.
I want to
kidding.
see it.
Sounds kind of cool to me.
Like,
Yeah,
send
it's
it to
fucking
Kayla
welcome to our
privately.
wild
All
America.
right, it's on my wife's phone. I got it.
Come on, Marty Stauffer. Let's see
Did
it.
you guys have a pet snake? We had a pet snake in elementary school that that we would take home on weekends.
All right, let me go get it.
I remember
Yeah, there was
we had
one
a-
in our science class.
And it was I went to a Catholic school, so I had the same 30 kids from kindergarten to 7th grade in my class. So, and then because
Every now and then there'd be a new kid, though,
Yeah.
and everybody
You
like,
know.
"Ooh, what's up with the new kid?"
oh, dude, I never.
There'll never be
don't
the
even
new
get
kid
started on
unless
the
you're
new-
cool.
the new kids.
If you're uncool and the new kid, you're fucked in Catholic school.
Freaking haze them. Anyway,
Yep.
so I remember our 3rd grade, we had a pet snake. But the second grade classroom, which was next door to us, had a pet mouse. And we had siblings, and we would take them home over the weekends and stuff like that. But I don't know how, but somehow that pet mouse got put into our snake cage. And I remember walking in, and all the kids are just traumatized at this snake who just had half a mouse in his mouth with the tail just sticking out. I mean, the mouse is done. The mouse is done. And the teacher's just shushing us like, shh, let him eat. Everyone be quiet around the snake. And yeah, I'll never forget that. It's just one of those weird moments. And it's weird how early my memories are. But yeah.
Well, speaking of just school stories like that. I remember it was 6th grade, and we were in science class, and the teacher brought in a tarantula, and she's like, "Oh, you want to hold it?" A couple kids like held it, and then one girl was like, "Yo, you want to put it on your head?" And so she put the tarantula on her head, and as soon as that thing got on her head, it just went right onto her face and like lashed on to the front of her face.
Face hugger.
The face hugger, yeah, and that thing was just stuck on there, and I have not ever been able to get that image out of my brain.
Well, she deserves it.
Yeah. I like snakes, but I can't fucking do tarantulas. That shit gives me the creeps.
I know you like snakes, Kalen.
Yeah.
It actually makes sense because I see this, right? And it is I am sharing a screenshot from Kalen's podcast that he's been promoting endlessly on the show. I can't
Just fooling about.
I can't wait to hear how many times you're promoting.
You are
Watercooler.
just fooling about in this photo, friend.
This picture has been haunting me for weeks. I brought it up. I brought it up to Kalen in Easter. I texted it to him. By the way, in addition to that, I texted Kalen you should change the name to 2 Beans in a Pod, and you did not care at all about that. Not even a thumbs up.
Yeah, I've heard it before.
Oh damn it. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. It's pretty
You
obvious.
gotta go, yeah.
But Kalen, we're looking at just a bunch of snakes.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Cables everywhere. Your cable management on this wide shot of Just Fooling About. Everybody go to Just Fooling About on YouTube. Watch it so you can shame.
It's in every episode, so you can just pick any random episode, to be honest. Any of the newer ones, and you'll be able to see it.
But it doesn't bother you.
Okay.
It bothers Gary. Gary and I have been having a lot of side comments.
Listen, it bothers me. It bothers me, and I've tried to fix it.
Who's gonna fix this?
I've tried to fix it in the past. But the problem is there's like 4 different shows that record out of that studio, and each show has a different setup with the cameras in different positions and the microphones moving around. So as soon as I like try to get it under control, within a week, it's just back to being fucking everywhere again. So I just gave up. I was like, fuck it.
We can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fuck it attitude permeates this photo. This is like an insanely fixable problem for like a $7 roll of gaffer tape. Like,
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm constantly having to move these cables around every single show. I already have to set up the entire studio and break it down before and after every single show I produce, which I already fucking hate. I was talking to Chris about this. It's like, God, I miss being at the Corolla studio so bad. So like I've tried taping it down, but then later show next week, got to rip up the tape, got to move the cords around. It's like, okay, like at that point, why even bother?
So
It's not so bad. You're all right.
Right. Dawson says
I know it's not worth it to do every single show beginning and after. Fuck that. I already have to set it all up and break it all down.
Hey, look, man, the podcast freelancing life is difficult. I mean, you have to come in here, you have to wire all your cables in, set them all up, make sure they're all working, they're going to the right mics. Whereas on Corolla, you'd walk in with a full rotisserie chicken and just start tearing that thing apart with your hands right away.
Those were the days.
On top of a keyboard and just
Those
type
were
with
the
those
days.
same greasy fingers all over that keyboard. Life's
meanwhile,
different, isn't it?
Meanwhile, he had a paper towel with him at all times, but it was not for cleaning his fingers from the grease. It was purely for the.
You know what? If we actually got the fucking proper amount of time to eat for lunch, it would be a different story. But we were forced to fucking eat that shit when the show started, so not my fault.
Kayla, get a sandwich, man. Gosh.
Sanku's chicken is good, man.
It is.
I'm trying to be healthy.
Really good. I know.
Trying to stay away from the bread.
Know. Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss all the food you would bring into. I was thinking about those days when I would sous vide stuff.
Oh yeah. I was
and then use a creme brulee torch to try to give it.
That was just day one. I upgraded. I upgraded next day.
Between that, our little
Day
like
1 through
sushi
15.
setup that me and Chris had at one point, the sausages that we'd grill outside in the front. I mean, there were some good food stores.
The reason
there
I
at
upgraded the
Corolla
torch
Studios.
right away is because the day I was doing it, Lynette was there and she took a video of it and sent it to Jimmy. And I was like,
How embarrassing.
This sucks. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Anyway. And Kaylin, your cords, they ruined my Disneyland trip. I had to talk about it.
I wanted to hear about your POV on Disneyland.
It was awesome. I mean, you pretty much heard it. Gary and I, we shared some espresso martinis. His kid was being a little bit. No, his kid was.
You're not wrong.
I'm kidding. Gary is
wrong.
right though. Like, I'm not a parent of that age yet. So when Gary explained, no, tonight's done. We're done. I can't comprehend that yet.
You will.
I will. I'm sure I will.
You'll get there. And it was like the eyes of babes. It was great. the disappointment on your face, and like you were grappling with like, wait, no,
Yeah.
it's not, no, like this is the fun part. It just started. Like all the losers left, and now we have full run of this park, and like this is the salad days. Like we're here.
We
And
were looking forward to that moment. We like since the moment we got there. I know it's only been a few hours we were there, but you know, I mean, Gary, Joya had to have used the word peasants like 30 times.
Oh my God! I mean, I
Talking
think
about
I
everybody
believe I
else.
talked about how she walked up to a ride at one point and they told her it was closed, and she held up her wristband like 3 feet above her head and was like, "How about now?"
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like,
I mean,
look
it
at
was-
that peasant over there. I'm like, Joya, that's Mickey. But yeah, she didn't care. She went freaking rogue. Anyway, so yeah, I was bummed about that, and
Rightfully so. So was I.
but you know, we still went on the rides. The park emptied out a lot. I mean, I'll be honest, it's the best night of my life. We hung out like freaking
Spider-Man ride
Spider-Man ride. Blink 182 came out. You know, Childish
on the
Gambino,
Spider-Man ride.
Freaking Steve Jobs was there. Yeah, it was
Oh my
crazy.
God.
So, like, you know, it's just
I heard you got to see Gina Grad as well.
Gina Grad, Kobe Bryant, like they like. I met
Kobe
so
came back from the dead. Wow.
Dude. Like
I really missed out here.
Everybody was there. Yeah, all the important people. It was just a who's who of rubbing shoulders with some important figures. I did see Gina. Yeah, so it was really. She was. I mean, God bless her. She was on like day 2 of 3 of
Wow.
all day Disney magic.
Oh wow, that
Staying
went
at-
on other days.
Staying at the hotel. That was day. Yeah, that was the second night, and they were gonna say they're going tomorrow.
Oh
Like,
wow.
Yeah.
I'm starting to now I'm feeling a little hurt. She had 3 days of Disney and she invited
No,
you guys.
No, she had
The
day
people
one
with
day of
kids,
Disney,
bro.
but she
Well, not all of it. Ones with kids.
turned it into
Yeah,
a
that
vacation.
Kaylin, I can't help you.
Nice.
Yeah. So no, it was awesome. Like it was good seeing everybody. I saw Gary and Gina and Mike Altier. It was like I just love seeing all my old buddies. So yeah, we're sorry, Doss. I'm sorry you didn't get the call, dude.
That's funny. Altieri.
Mm.
Anyway,
Actually, I got to say, it's funny that you mentioned him. There's another synchronicity for you, Dawson, because I just so happen to have a "This Is How You Remind Me" clip that his voice is featured on.
Oh wow.
God.
I-
We're going way back.
This is
What
gonna
are
for
the
the
odds
record,
of that?
I had no
Can't
idea.
wait.
This is
Can't
not going to
wait.
go well for me.
You want to get into it since it's a
We could. I also found that snake picture if you guys want to see it. It's really gross, though.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to see it. I want to see it.
All right. You can look away if you don't want to see it because it's really gross.
No, don't be a bitch.
yeah. Oh, it's not bad.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Zoom in. Zoom in. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Enhance.
Yeah, I get it. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Yeah,
Yeah, that is
That's pretty
disgusting.
gnar, bro.
it was fucking gross, dude.
All right, but we do have a This Is How You Remind Me. I've not listened to this yet.
Yeah,
but
That's
this is-
Marty Stauffer's
it
Wild
is-
America right there.
it is complete synchronicity
Who
that
the fuck is Marty Stauffer? You keep saying that guy.
Marty Stauffer was the host of a show called Wild America. And Marty Stauffer was the first guy. Remember the movie Strange Wilderness?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Based,
it's
it
a
was
fun movie.
basically based on, the loosely Marty Stauffer. But what they used to do is set up confrontations amongst wildlife and film it. It was a cooked, awesome show. And at the end of it, Marty Stauffer, the host, would always say, "Until next time, I'm Marty Stauffer. Enjoy our Wild America." And that's what I watched when I stayed home from school sick. And that's some shit I
Dude,
did as a
you're
kid.
burning so many of those, dude.
Yeah. It's all right. I'm never doing it again.
for the record,
I did as a kid.
Dawson thought of more shit I did as a kid in this episode than he does like in a 5-week span. There's been more thought put into that segment in this episode. It's for those listening, you're getting some real value here. But if you're not subscribed to our Patreon, please subscribe because you get ad-free episodes as well as an extra episode every week and opportunities for movie clubs and meetups. And it is for a roll of dimes, Matt?
No, pennies. Pennies.
Dude, I'll tell you what, roll of quarters is $10,
Yeah.
Roll up one of those things of quarters, you got 2 months right there.
Boom. Well, anyway, Matt brought up This Is How You Remind Me, and this is when we
Yeah,
go back
yeah.
into our old archives and re-listen to a clip. Matt sent me this one.
Asterisk.
I
There's an
do-
asterisk next to that.
Okay. I do not know what clip this is. but we'll play the intro, and then Matt will set it up. Here we go.
This is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of the podcast we had.
Yeah.
Someone's drumming.
Drummond, Mr. Drummond. What's
All
up,
right,
Mr.
so
Drummond?
this is a this is how you remind me request that's come in multiple times. Several people have asked for this. It is an important part of Bobo Boy history, but it's actually not from our show. It's from Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend, which is where a bunch of us were first on air together.
It's like our origin
And-
story.
Yes, this is from an episode.
Wow, this is like Logan.
Yeah. This is
Wow.
from an episode in 2014. So over a decade ago.
Damn.
And Mike Altier would just happen to be on that episode that we were on. So I don't remember if there's anything in this clip where you'll specifically really hear his voice, but you might hear a voice that you don't quite recognize unless you know Mike Altier, and then you might recognize it. Anyway, this also, I should also point out, this is a two-part clip, and I just spliced it together, and it'll be very clear.
Here we go. Okay.
Chris, I did not send him the screen, Gary. I did not.
Here we go.
I think our, she's with the boys. We're protecting her. We should call ourselves the Bobo Boys.
No, Chris. Based on your definition of that,
Hashtag
that's so
Bobo
not what
Boys.
we're calling each
I
other.
love it.
I like it.
We're the Bobo Boys.
What are you doing?
We're debating over whether or not Chris smells. He smells a little.
I don't smell at all.
You smell a little.
We were talking
I
about
don't.
this earlier.
You smell like
Chris,
If anything,
where
I've
should we
gotten
go for you?
compliments. Just a big shout out to the Bobo Boy, the Bobo Boy Army. It's not just us in this room. It's any of the listeners. If you want to be a Bobo Boy, just let us know.
Just let Chris know.
Let us all know with our patented Bobo Boy bark. Woo, woo, woo.
Get some fucking sleep, Chris.
Shout
One day
out.
you're gonna listen to these last like 3 episodes, and you're just gonna have some questions for yourself.
Very true.
I'm eating my words now because a decade later, we've all embraced it.
What strikes me as strange is the way you all have embraced it, because if I heard that right, it seemed like you, at least someone, thought that barking was childish and thought it was dumb, and now y'all went in.
Well,
I
actually-
don't think I've ever been prouder in my life.
Well, you're wrong though, because it wasn't the barking that they're upset about; it was the fact that we were called Bobo Boys. Because
Yeah.
I think just minutes
Hold on.
before
And I guess that went away. So yeah, that doesn't
Dawson
exist
know
anymore.
why we were upset about that?
I don't think.
No, I understand what the Bobo is, but I also
What is
heard a tint. It's a blowjob.
Okay.
I also heard a tint of disgust when the bark came through. Just play the last of that again, Chris, where you bark, and everyone listen closely, because I feel like there was some resistance to the bark that y'all just laid down.
I
your
will tell you,
castle walls, laid down the drawbridge.
I
Let 'em in.
remember being very against all of this when it was first brought up, but Chris is relentless. So it just
Relentless.
he never dropped it for over a decade, and
It's a tip of the hat to you, Chris.
And now it's an LLC.
Yeah, I just can't believe that you not only shouted out Bobo Boy Army, but then you also did the signature bark. The fact that happened, Gary, what are your thoughts on this? You were there.
I was there. I mean, I think Chris put it very well. The fact that it is now an established business in the state of California is fucking wild. Like, from that moment to now, when I go to the bank, the questions that I get,
That
it's
is
pretty wild.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I built an army in seconds.
Yeah.
That's just
Good
how-
job, Chris.
Yeah, and look, here we are. Rome couldn't.
Well,
even do
listen.
that.
Also, gotta say, big bark to Allison Rosen for fucking helping
That's
us
right.
out at the very beginning.
accepting us. But yeah, the origin of the Bobo Boys, wasn't well received at first, but I wore them down. And here we are. All right. Well, thanks for cutting that, Matt. Appreciate it. It's
Yeah.
weird hearing my voice. Like, I feel like I sounded a lot younger and more spry.
You definitely sound very manic.
I think it's also because I rode my bike to work that day, probably.
Oh,
Maybe. All right, let's see. We got some more seg. Thank you for cutting that, Matt. We got some more seggies here. We got stuff to get into. Maybe we save that for some Patreon. Maybe I'll just do a quick bus and make me feel good, and then we'll do plugs and GTFO out of
Let's
here.
do it.
You guys down?
Bussin' makes me feel good.
Haven't done this in a while, but I'm just these are journal entries from my 2006 road trip where me and 15 other guys bought a school bus to go around the country. Last we left off was Rochester, Massachusetts, where I met my buddy Willard 420 at 7-Eleven, got his MySpace. Gave him a little shout out even on this pod.
Yeah.
So Rochester, Massachusetts, we are at a gas station, and some dude asks if we have AAA because our bus is broken down. Of course we didn't, after discovering in Virginia that they don't help buses, because I guess we got broken down in Virginia. We tried calling AAA, and they're like, dude, you're a bus. What are you doing here? We only help cars and help you get discounted tickets to Knott's Berry Farm. So it says, so they asked if we have AAA. We said no, and he and his buddy came up to us and asked our story and insisted that we go to his house. Now, in my journal entry, that's a very abridged version. The real truth is they came up, they're asking about our bus. They took a peek inside. They liked what we were doing because older guys really resonated with us. Like when they saw 16,
Yeah, no, it's the Kerouac in everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So they see us and they just go, man, that's amazing. We're so pumped. So they go, hey, where are you guys from? And one of the guys goes, oh, we're from Long Beach, Orange County. He's like, whoa. Orange County, like the OC?
Oh, shit.
The OC was a huge show at that point. And they're like, yeah, we're from the OC.
Did you tell him you were east of the 5
Frickin'
and you don't matter?
California. And he freaking pulls out his Razor phone, flips it open with one hand. I'm maybe exaggerating that part. Dials up his woman. And it's like, hey, honey, you're not going to believe who's here right now in front of me.
Oh, fuck.
They're from the OC. Now, we made it clear we weren't actually characters on the show, but the fact that
You also weren't from the OC.
kids from the OC were in Rochester, Massachusetts at a gas station at, I don't know, 8:30, 9 p.m. He's like, honey, they got to come over. We got to have them over. And he shuts his phone. It's like, hey, you guys are coming over to my house. We're going to throw a barbecue for you. Let's go. And they towed us there because one of the guys just happened to be a bus mechanic.
wow.
And he towed us
This
to
is
his house.
serendipity, synchronicity.
Synchronicity. They towed us to his
You
house.
guys go water skiing at the Ness?
They
Funny you
we-
should say that, Dawson, because this is very reminiscent of a trip that we took on my bachelor party, which did include a water skiing component.
Nice.
They threw us a big party. We mingled. We met a lot of really cool people. The guy fixed our bus and then informed us that we had a thing called a governor on it, which we didn't realize until that
Oh,
moment.
fuck.
Although, we didn't. Anyway, he fixed our bus as best he could. We were able. So it says, we went to the party. Basically, his wife loved the OC. We rolled up to her driveway, blasting Fan and Planet on the externals. Very good. On our
Nice.
part. They were so incredibly excited. Adam was one of the guys' names. Really outspoken, but his wife was like Fran Drescher on a roller coaster. I sure paint quite a picture here.
Really?
Letting out the longest, loudest yelps of excitement, even when she was about 2 feet away from my face. I have a Polaroid of it. They called their friends, and it was just a huge get-together. It was just this amazing thing. Loud, obnoxious, great, friendly people who hung out, let them see the bus, had an awesome time. And and one of the dudes was a diesel mechanic. He checked the bus and fixed it for us. Thumbs up.
Oh
And
my
that
God.
was
California knows how to
and then
party.
I remember
That's
driving
incredible.
away, and our bus is fixed by the good-hearted people of Rochester, Massachusetts, which I hear is a pretty. I mean, no offense to the people of Rochester, especially because I had the best experience, and I wish more people were like them. But when I tell people that's true, they're like, "That's crazy." Like that's a very dangerous part of Massachusetts. That's crazy that happened to you.
That's where the fun is.
That's where the fun is. I think like the
There's no fun without danger.
there wasn't even danger. Like I've seen danger. There's no danger.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You've seen danger.
don't worry about it.
Bussin' makes me feel good.
Anyway, shout out to those in Rochester. All right.
I like that.
Why don't we go around the horn, get our plugs in, and we'll GTFO and start some Patreon. So I'll start over there with the Snake Eater. Austin, Texas. Matt Fondelier. What can we plug for you?
Well, first of all, patreon.com/watercooler. $5 a month. Listen to the next part of this conversation. I got a hell of a shay. Kalen's going to have a flickin'. We're getting all pumped up for our next fucking movie night, our meetup. My God, so much fun awaits you at patreon.com/watercooler.
A Dark Knight meetup. It just sounds epic. It's freaking
It's going to
epic.
be great.
All right. And Dawson, what about you?
I'd like to give a little bit of love to a store called Ross Dress for Less.
Nah, man.
I went to the Ross in Concord, California over the weekend.
Wait,
And,
are you calling it the Ross on purpose?
Yes,
Okay.
the Ross Dress for Less.
Well, the Ross
The
Dress
whole
for
thing.
Less in Concord.
You got to say it all. The Ross Dress for Less in Concord gave me a pair of denim high top Vans, a pair of Nautica slip on runners, a pair of Sperry topsiders, a pair of fucking Birkenstocks, all 4 pairs of shoes, plus a Levi's jean jacket for $100.
Dang, dude.
Fucking Ross
Footwear. is
Dress
set.
for Less.
Thank you.
Check it out.
Ross. I prefer.
Careful,
Let
though.
us know if you see a bump in your
Careful, though.
numbers, Ross.
Yeah.
You're welcome,
It's
Ross.
best to get really high. It's best to get really high and then go into Ross and look at everything, man. They got some shoes, bro.
I could tell. All right, and
See that, dude? That's a fucking Birkenstock, bro.
Look at that.
dang,
I haven't had Birkenstocks in fucking a decade at least because my dog Boo ate my last pair of Birkenstocks. And I'm flipping stoked on the Birkenstocks. So
You're Birkenstoked?
Ross Dress for Less. Somebody, whoever the buyer is over there, did pretty good at the Ross.
Dawson has
Dress
200%
for
more
less.
buckles on his shoe than I do.
Actually, it's 400% when you consider that there's 2 of them.
Yeah. All right, and Gary, what could we plug for you?
Well, I was gonna plug the Ross, but
He took mine too.
yeah, patreon.com/watercooler. Our meetup, assuming Chris is putting this up tonight as he usually does, our meetup is tomorrow night, and we're doing a movie club as well. So yeah, come check that out. Those have been really fun lately, and we'll talk some shit.
Love it. All right, Kaylin, what could we plug for you?
Just fooling about. Go to our YouTube channel and check out the horrible.
He's trying to
Table
plug it,
Management.
Chris, for Christ's sakes.
No, they can't see it because we don't know our YouTube channel. But you can go to Just Fooling About's YouTube channel and check.
If
it
you
all out.
notice
adding
too,
value.
this is not a regular video. This is not the regular video feed that he's feeding to people.
Yeah,
That's somebody on their camera. So look, Kalen, you're all right, dude.
It
No,
says
that's our
subscribe in the corner. That's
logo in the
definitely the feed.
Dawson has some bad news
Oh
for you,
shit.
my man.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm totally wrong.
That is definitely a
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm with you. Kalen, Kalen, you should be bothered by this.
I am not,
Yeah,
I am not
I'm
going
sorry,
to be
dude.
changing
I
one
thought that.
bit.
Yeah,
I
I'm
wouldn't
sorry,
suggest
man. I was
anything.
giving you much more of the benefit of the doubt than you deserved, apparently. Oh,
The Pat Cave deserves better.
Yeah, right.
Just
Yeah.
fooling about though. Subscribe on YouTube, and yeah, if you love Kalen on this show, you're getting a lot more Kalen on that show too,
And a lot more wires.
and,
And
yeah,
buckles.
a lot more everything. So yeah, just fooling about, and yeah, I mean, legendary stories of classic Hollywood.
He told one this week, my dad, of working with beloved director William Friedkin, who directed The Exorcist, a very famous director.
Sounds
He
like a
just
real
talked-
dick.
nice, dude.
He was a huge dick. He talked mad shit
Then
about
say
him.
that.
and,
You gotta say talk shit. Your dad talks
I did.
shit.
That beat me to it. He talked some mad
Oh,
shit about him, and it's even
mad
going to
shit.
continue. So much shit, it continues on into the next episode. I'm going to release next week, but it's
man.
pretty good.
Two-parter. There you go. Just fooling about everybody. And as for me, I have a show at Marina Wine this Saturday, and I'm playing the first Saturday of every month there, so that includes this Saturday. So come out, and I'll be playing
Hold on,
all
you got
night.
booked for a year-long residency?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I guess that's it. Oh, and, subscribe to the Yamaha Music USA feed, because you may be seeing my face on there every once in a while. So please show some support.
We're plugging multinational corporations now?
Yeah, dude. I work for the man, baby.
The Ross opened the floodgates.
I know. Hey, if Dodge can promote Ross, dress for less.
Right. And I'm not even affiliated, man. I'm just a fan.
That's why it's a real plug, though. It means a lot more that way. It's organic. All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Watercooler. Thanks again to everybody for hanging out with us. We'll be back for Patreon later this week and more movie club stuff. Meet up. We love you. Goodbye. Bobo Boy Army. Thanks for sticking around.